This is RPN, the Leader Network.
Hmm. 10 Hong Kong dollars, 20 Hong Kong dollars, 50 Hong Kong dollars too. 500 and 1,000. Yeah, but they're different, okay? All I know, we cater to 10 Hong Kong dollars, well, compared to Philippine peso, they don't have the paper, but only the coin, much like 5 peso does. But they don't have 200 Hong Kong dollars here, just like in the Philippines, we had 200 pesos, which was, well, having the face of Diosdado Macabagal because of his daughter, of course. Gulok. Si Ate Gulok. Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. Anyway, doesn't matter. You need this in the future. Save as much as possible, but you have to spend wisely. Spend something that is necessarily needed for a very long period of time. You have to be financially stable, just like this guy, who was once part of the stable known as the Network, and now he is the Warlord of the Endgame. Well, I rather call him financially stable Warlord o kaya Boy Financial. Unless it knows monetary units and stuff. Well, Alexander Belmonte III goes one-on-one with the brutal one, still numero uno in the city of San Juan. So let's get on with it. Kapow! Oh, you wanna kiss money, huh? Alright. Muffy has something with money, since his letter M, Marmot, money, Manny Pacquiao. What else? Man of Steel, man with no brains. That's totally Jalote? I don't know. But I know that I go one-on-one with the man who was once a financially stable jack-off from the Network. I even consider him an enforcer, but he happens to be a former PWR Tag Team Champion. And then, when he goes solo, and after winning the All-Out World Championship, then slowly but surely, he became the Warlord that we came to love the most. Although, not in a very Warlord ways possible. And then, he kind of joined, the stable, right? Endgame! Yes, Endgame. That was headed by John Evander PWD. Supposed to be PWJ, diba? Professional Wrestling Jalote. And we have Super Vintendo. Oh yes, Super Vintendo. Excuse me. Wrong pronunciation. And this is the Apocalypse. Yeah. Anyway, enough of that. Chit chat with Alexander Belmonte III as we go one-on-one with the brutal one. So let's get it on with it. Wow. There you are. Mr. Financially Stable Warlord. That's right.
Hello, Mayor.
Oh, yes. Alexander Belmonte III, AB3. Former PWR Tag Team Champion alongside former networking stablemate in James IDOL Martinez. And then, yes, naging one of the popular all-out war champions ever existed. I mean, Warlord nga, but bihira ka gumagamit ng mga weaponries. Sa all-out war title, pwede naman all around whatsoever. Kaya kung ako masusunod, mas gusto ko ng dos por dos sa puwet.
Masyadong overkill yun, Mayor. Pero alam mo naman, malakas tayo. Hindi na natin kailangan masyadong weapon. Mga ganun.
For me, a ruthless, cold-hearted sadist such as myself would need it necessary for the sheer fun of it. Now, before we talk about your career, first and foremost, AB3, musta ka na sa inyo? What's your current situation?
Okay naman kami dito sa bahay namin. Busy with work and staying safe lang naman. So, all good naman.
Good. That's good to hear. And then, dito sa Maybes Baguio, stable naman, although there are some confirmed cases of COVID-19 in someone as of recently, and it's not something that is good to hear. Big time.
Agree.
Right now, nasa kwarto ako. I had to change a little bit of position kasi pag nakikita doon, makikita yung conjugal bed namin ni Mrs.
Oh.
You get the
No,
idea.
no.
Right now, she's eating watermelons over there, doing
Mm.
some stuff like that. Kanina lang kasi nabayaran ko yung Metrobank credit card ng Airmats ko and do a little grocery. That's as far as we can go like that. Anyway, yes, you're from Mandaluyong if I were not mistaken. Tama ba?
Yep, from Mandaluyong.
Alam ko hindi addition hills doon. Pero wag naman sana malapit yung 9 de Pebrero. You get the idea what I mean
Hindi
by
mo.
that.
Malayo naman doon. Near Makati kami.
Mm.
Near Makati Mandaluyong Beach.
Nice, nice. That's good to hear. So, out of sheer curiosity, AP3, what have you been up to lately since COVID-19?
Ah, Basically, keeping myself busy sa work naman. Trying to stay productive. Kasi nga, this pandemic, mahirap na rin mawalan ng work and yung maging non-productive.
Home at work or minsan umalis ka rin?
Work from home ako.
I see. Pero alam ko may schedule rin yan kung posible. Yeah. So, recently, during your time, let's say, do you spend some chit-chat sessions with everyone, for your friends, or some of the guys from PWR, or not that much?
The Rever Ranger, despite us being enemies, and Idol and the YOLO Twins in some games of League of Legends.
All right, now let's cut to the chase and then let's get on with your PWR career. But before that, ilang taon ka na ba yung na-expose ka sa professional wrestling in any form, particularly WWE?
Nag-start ako ma-expose sa WWE like way or very young. Forgot the exact age pero kuya ko kasi lagi nanonood and naglalaro ng mga wrestling games sa PlayStation and then nanonood kami ng WWE.
Attitude
And
era ka umabot, no? Or what?
Hindi eh. Parang before Attitude Era, may mga ano na
New
ako.
generation era, yes. We have Bret the Hitman Hart, we had the Heartbreaker Shawn Michaels. Siguro naabot mo na si
Oh,
Razor Ramon at si Diesel. And kung posible is yung Undertaker in his second evolution of his character. You know,
yep.
Purple Gloves.
Napanood ko pa yung ano niya, yung uh, American Badass.
Oh, the American Badass. That's the Attitude era, man.
Yes.
So, hindi ka nakapag-nood like 98 or 99. Especially
Hindi, ano pa lang ako nun. Parang wala pa, parang 4 years old pa lang ata ako nun.
Okay. Bali sa games na pero yung siguro nanood ka sa mga VHS tapes or something like that. Tama ba?
Yung mga ano lang, mga clips lang. Kasi
Clips.
ang pinaka talagang tumatak sa aking wrestler nun from that time is si Edge talaga.
Yes, the Attitude Era Edge. I still haven't forgot that one. At the time, tag team specialist siya alongside his storyline brother or should I say best friend in real life si Christian. Remember, those two were part of the stable ni Gangrel, yung The Brood.
The Brood.
I remember the bloodbath match at one particular point. Kapag dumilim, and then bigla parang binuhuas ka ng dugo. Blood.
Ang level yun.
Okay. So, umabot ka sa punto na parang hindi mo akalain na maging wrestler ka, but what particular year na-discover mo yung Philippine Wrestling Revolution? Kahit na sa infancy stage niya, kung posible.
Bali yung Philippine Wrestling Revolution, parang prior nung sumali ako, nakita ko na siya before sa internet. Parang may nakita kong vlog dati. Nakalimutan ko kung sino yun, pero parang nag-training siya sa bootcamp ng PWR tapos gumawa siya ng vlog. And then, naging interested ako kasi, may wrestling pala sa Pilipinas. And then, at one point, kami ni Idol, magkausap for that exact event. Pero bigla nang nag-click sa amin dalawa, tara, sali tayong PWR. Wrestling tayo.
Out of
Then,
curiosity,
ayun.
kailan mo nakilala si Idol at first place?
Mag-schoolmate kami since college.
Oh, that explains your connection to him.
Hmm.
Interesting. So, nauna pa sa'yo si Idol, no?
Sa PWR. Bali, sabay kami nag-apply sa bootcamp.
Mhm.
Batch 4 kami parehas.
Sino ka batch
Pero,
ninyo?
ano yun?
Sino ka batch ninyo sa bootcamp, batch 4?
Ang kasabay namin nun si Machine, si
Aha, yes.
Chino,
Sino pa?
and yeah, yun lang naalala ko dahil isang session lang ako nun eh.
Ah, bale si Machine lang. Si Chino Ginto, nasa batch 5 ba yun? O batch 3?
Alam ko batch 4 siya eh. Kasi parang binab yung batch 4 as the network batch eh. Dahil parang ang alam ko lahat nung nasa batch 4 napunta sa network.
What about si,
Pero needs clarification yun.
kabatch mo ba si, Big Bang Crap? Bruno Bernardo?
Ay, hindi, nauna yun.
Nauna si Big Bang Crap.
Alam ko batch 3 ata yun.
Kasama niya ata si, I think si Crystal nandun, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I think batch 2 ata si Crystal eh. In my opinion, I saw a little bit of evidence.
Pero nung sumali yung batch 4, parang nag-back out din ako nung after one day kasi hindi pa ako ready nun, tapos may sakit pa ako nun. So,
may sakit
parang nag-step back muna ako, then nagpalakas konti, tapos bumalik ako batch 5.
That explains everything. Ngayon, naging party ka na ng batch 5, so sino ka batch mo doon kung posible?
Ang mga kabatch ko noon sila Dax Xaviera, Robin, sino pa ba yung mga kabatch namin?
Si Martivo kasama, diba?
Ayun, si Martivo, yun, isa sa pinamagaling sa batch namin.
Babat si former PWR Wrestler na si Dan Texon Dan Erickson.
Ayun, si Dan Erickson. Kasi may rin namin yun, shoutout kay Dan Erickson.
How about the YOLO Twins?
YOLO Twins, batch 3 or either batch 2 or batch 3. I think batch 3.
Medyo tumagal lang ng konti dahil napakabata pa nila at the time. Yan sa pagkakalam natin, Pero seriously, meron ka bang athletic background o wala naman?
Ang pinaka-background ko lang na pwedeng masabing athletic is part ako ng parang cheering team ng Letran ng school namin dito.
Colegio de San de Letran.
Yeah. Pero
Manila.
hindi siya yung cheer dance. Siya yung more on beats and traditional movements.
Interesting. Alright. Where were we? Oh yes, pero out of curiosity, paano ka nag-graduate kung posible?
Sa bootcamp?
Yeah, diba during yung training mo, you had to do what do you call that? Yung mga young boys, you know?
Okay. So, bali matagal ako actually nag-bootcamp. Parang inabot ata ako a year or more. Bale, isa sa mga naging problema ko rin is yung character. Nung at that time, parang nagpipitch kami ng mga, di ba, nagpipitch kami ng mga character namin, then may mga promo. Sobrang poor talaga ng promo skills ko and character work. So, parang yung mga sinadjust ko, hindi ma-pull off or not enough, parang ganun. So, at some point, I think it was APCC. APCC.
2016.
Yep. Sinabihan ako na may match ako, which was very surprising. And then, kalaban ko nun si Ken Warren. I was substituting for Mark Di Manalo since injured siya that time.
Yes, Mark Di Manalo.
Then, pinag-don nila ako ng mask and that was my first run as Maximo.
Oh, yes, si Trabajador Maximo. Yeah. So, how do you feel about doing the character of Trabajador Maximo, the silent character?
Actually, sobrang saya yung Maximo character. Di ba, parang ang concept niya is siya yung pinakamalakas na trabador, the greatest trabador. So, since yung mga trabador are expected to lose since they're workers, nung yung ano niya, one hit lang talaga siya. After taking one hit, it's over.
Yes, this is one of the portions about the Trabajador Maximo's character. Given to its mask and the big letter M on his forehead, that's where one of the fans get the idea of the thing that my family we're no strangers to that one in Tagaytay.
Yeah, mushroom burger.
Nakita ko yun sa QC. Yung one time ako nang lakad ako mula sa North EDSA SM pauwi dito sa Barangay Little Baguio.
Ano yun eh, kasi sobrang random spur of the moment yung pagkagawa ng Maximum Mask. Kasi parang may, nakalimutan ko kung parang sinabi sa akin, temporary lang daw yung Maximo. Pero, nag-ready pa rin ako ng mask. Eh, parang ginawa ko nun, meron akong super large na bonnet. Pinalagyan ko ng garter dun sa may lower part. Then, pwede siyang isuot as mask. Then, nung tinignan ko, parang magnanakaw lang or ang bland tingnan. So, nilagyan ko ng M na tape.
Yeah.
Then, ayun.
And yeah, you never expected na it would become a bit of a popularity within the Revelation regarding the whole mushroom burger thing. Parang gusto pumalik sa Katagayte para sa mushroom burger pero alam mo na yung situation natin ngayon at the time before COVID-19 na doon si Kaboom, si Taal Volcano, nagwawala pang bata. Na yan, nanghasik ng lagim. Tingnan mo na yung nangyari at the time. Hindi kami makapunta doon sa Tagaytay. Kasama yung mahal kong asawa.
Yun lang, sayang. Okay lang yan, pagka kumalma na si COVID, pwede ka na mag-mushroom
Anong kumalma? Dapat matepok si COVID-19. Hindi kailangan natin to. Hindi pwede siya dito. Dapat to puksain. Dispatsahin. Dapat i-disinfect. Dapat upakan. Dapat upakan. Para maturuan. Para paalis sa bansa na to. Eh tingnan mo ano yung nangyari sa atin. Namumukha na tayong mga jalote. Whatsoever for all I care. Okay. Now, after the APCC, let's say, abot na tayo sa Renaissance 2016, if I'm not mistaken. That's where Idol faces Ralph Mambayashi. And that's where kamalasan yung nangyari kay Ralph Mambayashi that would slowly affect his character. And then, sometime like a year later, nagiging contrabids na. But, in this part, babyface pa rin siya. But, Ralph's supposed to be win, but Idol somewhat has ideas. Pumunta sa ilalim ng ring, hinabol siya ni Ralph. And then moments later, si Idol lumabas, pero bumalik sa ring. O, ano niya kay Ralph? Oh. I
naalala ko
still
yan.
haven't forgot that one to this day. Parang bumabalik yung alala ko tuloy niyan. And then, bigla ka nagpakita. May nakapagsabi na masyadong clean ka, tapos yung hairstyle mo, yung pagmumukha mo, parang, according to some fans, Fanny Serrano. And,
naalala ko yun kasi, it's the scarf. Yung scarf kasi, tapos yung buhok ko nun is parang one side, tapos may bangs dito.
achoo.
Naalala ko yun. Bali, funny story doon.
Go.
I think hindi siya pre-show match eh. Parang first match of the main card yun nangyari.
Yun. Nasa main show yan.
Main show siya. Alam ko rin main show. So, from pre-show, nandun ako sa ilalim ng ring.
Mm-hmm.
And so doon sa mga hindi nakakaalam, pag nandun ka sa ilalim ng ring, tapos may bumagsak doon sa ring, sobrang lakas ng sound doon sa ilalim.
Totoo yun. May bumabaksak na kidlat.
Syempre hindi ko alam kung kailan babagsak yung tao. So, pag may biglang bumagsak, nakakagulat.
Okay. I don't blame you. Parang unpredictable, Hindi mo alam kung kailan pwede mangyari.
Tapos nakakatawa kasi nung nasa ilalim ako, bago ako pumunta sa ilalim, nagbaon ako ng tubig. Kasi, nagbaon ako. Tapos, nung nandun na sila sa ilalim nasa ilalim na ng ring si Ralph and si Idol, habang tinetape namin si Ralph, parang uminom si Idol nung tubig. Tapos, habang tinetape si Ralph, pinaforce feed ko siya ng tubig na, "Ralph, inom ka. Thinking na, baka pagod to. Then, paglabas ko ng ring, so many flicking the bird on me. Galit na galit yung mga tao.
Okay, that's the backstory of that one when you meet Rob and so forth.
Hmm.
Yes, and then you tied the Rob properly. Teka, hulaan ko, bago magsimula yung show, alam ko na sa ilalim ka na, no?
Before pa mag-pre-show, nandun na ako.
That was tough stuff, but at least you survived and breathed the air for the next day whatsoever for all I care. Anyway, that's where your very first appearance on the PWR show. Pero main show na yun, ha? So, punta tayo sa Suplex Sunday, right after Renaissance 2016. MTN and Edge, yes, the formation of the tag team of Redrick Mahaba and Rob Mambayashi would take on James IDOL Martinez and AB3. That was Suplex Sunday 2016. And in a losing effort. So, that's your very, very first wrestling match, but let alone a tag team match. So, what it's like tagging with Idol at first place?
Masaya ka tag team si Idol. Bali, kapag ka involved sa match, both si Idol and si Red, sobrang saya dahil so many great ideas are flying around. Like, magsasuggest si Idol na ganito, tapos may idea sila na ganito. Tapos, kung titignan mo yung bigger picture of things, parang, oo nga, ang ganda nito, nagmi-make sense, ang ganda. So, masaya sila ka-work talaga dahil, lalo na si Ralph, kasi yung kay Ralph naman, kung titignan mo wrestling perspective wise or psychology wise, sobrang nagme-make sense yung mga ideas rin ni Ralph. Kaya maganda silang katrabaho talaga.
Yes. Now, let's get it on with. Okay, here's the thing, kids. Suplex Sunday was that was before PWR Terminus 2016, but hindi nangyari dahil. Do we have to explain in here? Alam na ng lahat yan. Eventually, even you know it already na yung nangyari sa 2016 and so forth. So, before we proceed, yung nang bootcamp ka pa, alam ko yung presidente doon si alam mo na. Oh. So, can you describe the way he run things before you make your debut?
The man who should not be named, parang pag-training, hindi siya yung first person to be there. Like,
totoo yun. Wrestling Podcast 147, kids. Remember that. It's in there.
Ayun, normally kasi ang first, namin, parang, si JDL yun nandun. So, siya yung nag-handle kasi ng training that time. And parang in the middle of training, dadating he who should not be named.
Yes, si
the bald man.
Si Voldemort. Si Cancer. Si Estafa Ali. Whatsoever.
Dadating siya, and then may mga ipapagawa siya ng mga gusto niya pagawa. Despite na may iba na kaming ginagawa prior to that. So, ang isa doon usually yung 500 squats. So, papaikutin kami, tapos pag-anin kami 500 squats.
500 squats. That's not funny, kids. You gotta be tough. You gotta have that kind of perseverance. You gotta have that kind of resiliency. Plus, determination to go 500. And that's not something to be taken lightly. I read something about from Krista that she can handle 500 squats, if I'm not mistaken. No, push-ups yata, I think. Pero squats, hindi biro. I'm not good on that. You know that. And furthermore, nakita na ata kita way back like 2016, yung nag-bootcamp kami yung sa batch 6 alongside the likes of Trian De La Torre, Evan Carlo, the Kakai Bros, si Makata, and the man who become Gatillo, among others, and there's Volto, and yeah. Parang ayaw ko kung nakita doon na one particular point way back in early of July 2016. And then, yes, I do see guys who become Martivo and Robin as well. I still haven't forgot that one. And then, mukhang dead serious naman si, he who should not be named. Yeah, I still remember that. No, okay naman siya like that. But I had no idea na may party na shitty pala to pag makipagtrabaho ka sa kanya or whatsoever. Although, may sinasabi na mabait rin. And, dear, behave don't do that. Kasi siya na si Mrs. Habalak niya itapon yung hotdog ko sa pagmumukha ko. Yung body pillow.
Pag yung naging problema kay Voldemort is, parang how do you put this? Professionalism. Since PWR itself is a company or an organization, so being the president, you should have at least some level of professionalism.
And common decency, isa na yun.
Common decency yun. Common human decency na rin.
Magulo talaga siya makipagtrabaho, no? Sa totoo lang.
Yun yung naging major, yun sa mga nalalaman ko, yun yung mga naging major problem sa kanya.
Pero may higit pa dyan.
Parang, kasi kung kahit sa kumpanya naman kung ang wala kang common decency, wala kang decency talaga or professionalism, you're bound to get reprimanded or called out.
Do you ever see him like letting his emotions get the best of him at times? O wala naman? O magulo lang makipagtrabaho niyan sa simula?
Ang pinakaano kong nakita sa kanya, kasi yung mga part na parang 2 beses ko lang siya nakitang nag-outburst is yung nakalimutan ko ano show, basta sa show 500 siya naganap, is yung may sakit siya. Not sure kung totoong may sakit, pero may sakit daw siya nung time na yun. Pero pumunta siya dun sa show, tapos backstage heaving lang siya na heaving at one chair. And then nung isang parang nagkaroon ng intervention per se or kinausap siya ng buong company. Tapos ayun, so far mostly hindi ako involved doon sa mga naging doon. Pero kahit pa paano aware naman ako sa mga nangyari.
Oh yes, I think we know that one. Yung diba nagkaroon ng confrontation si the man behind JDL and this guy like that. Alam na natin yun nasa episode 147 na yun, no? And then nagpapakumari daw na nahimatay daw siya like that. It would take Ken Warren to like that and so forth. Tapos alam natin na sa totoo nasuspended talaga siya kasi you know already the Wolf Batanes thing, don't you? They already told you a lot of stories. Pero may evidence ba talaga sila nakita na may ginawa siya na something na muntik na ikinasisira yung reputasyon ng PWR by all means?
Bali yun kasi ang doon sa Batanes, since wala ako doon, hindi ko masyado maano yung exact na
Nandun si Idol.
Nandun si Idol. Ang pinaka naging parang para sa akin naging foul is yung na-jeopardize yung mga co-wrestler namin. Kasi if yung mga manonood, if ever hindi kayo aware, despite us being wrestlers, we have day jobs as well. So, if I remember right, yung Batanes show nangyari over the weekend. And then, dapat by weekday or Monday, nakabalik na sila dito.
Yeah, yung agreement sana. Pero, alam mo naman sila nag-book sa kanila, diba? Na naging one-way trip. Dahil babayaran daw sila ng government doon. Pero, para sa akin, parang bullshit. Imposible. Kung babayaran ka ng government doon, dapat diba sikat na kayo? Hindi pa naman kayong sumusikat. Bakit babayaran ka ng government? Alam, pang what according to the words of JDL, red tape, kung sabihin natin.
Ayun, ang inano ko doon kasi na-jeopardize sila. Kasi, kunwari, sabihin natin, hindi sila makakuha ng ticket dahil wala naman silang nakaprepare na budget for return trip. Kasi nga, alam nila, bayad sila by the sponsor or the one na nag-avail nung show. So, in terms, And based on that, yung wrestler is ma-jeopardize sa personal career niya dahil hindi makapasok sa work. And then, kailangan niya pa mag-shell out ng pera on
Ay,
his own
putang ina.
para makauwi. And if I remember right, si Red, si Redrick Maba mismo yung parang nag-shell out din si Redrick Maba para lang yung ibang walang pera, walang budget that time makauwi.
Mhm.
So, ayun, affected, hindi lang yung mga nandun sa Batanes. May mga naapektuhan din na yung mga nagstay, yung mga naiwan dito sa,
And that also includes you as well, right? Shit. Pero,
Ano yun, bali, ano yun parang, prior to, ay, parang yun yung talagang nag-push dun sa mga tao ata na,
policy yan.
Pero alam ko, prior to that, meron ng mga negative things na to-throw out dun. Kasi that time, boot camper pa lang ako so wala pa masyadong time yun.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and the subsequent months na, let's say, I think may nabayaran naman si Voldemort, diba, in the end. Pero hindi kumpleto, tama?
Yun ang hindi ako sure. Kasi yung usapang pera, hindi na ako hindi sarili ko. Kasi parang ang sa akin, ang tingin ko, kapag ganyang usapang pera or business, it's more of a professional thing na it's handled by the aggressor and the victim, parang ganun.
Shit eh. Let's say, in your opinion sinadya ba ginawa niya to o you had no idea at all?
Kasi kung kung wala siyang idea, ito parang lang, conspiracy theory.
Go.
Kung wala siyang idea, tapos kumbaga, na-scam siya nung nagbayad per se nung event, is pwede niya habulin pero parang wala siyang action na ginawa regarding dun, or hindi ko lang alam kung may action man siyang ginawa para may magawa siya para dun. Kasi kung ikaw presidente ng company, tapos yung mga taong hinahandle mo or kasama mo is agrabyado, tas dapat may gagawin ka Parang ganun. Parang as a responsible leader man lang, or as a responsible leader.
And he couldn't even do something like that. Let's say, I kind of blame those who voted him in there at first place. Hindi akalain na umabot dito sa parte na to kung sa hindi dapat mangyari. And then, yan yung ilan sa mga rason kung bakit, let's say, the management and some of the guys there that affected, pang punong-puno na talaga sa tao na to. And they had no other choice but they had to get rid of him for the sake of their reputation, for the sake of the company's existence. Alam ko meron kayong may huling meeting yung company sa kanya Yan na yung pinaka-last. I think, let's say, sa nangyari sa Bikutan, Fit Plus. And meron ako narinig na may nagwawalang machine doon na muntik na mag-uwi si JDL. I think, si Voldemort. Ayaw ko kung may nagkwento sa yun
alam ko may ganun nga nangyari, pero na natin. Let's leave it to the imagination of the fans.
Yeah. And some ridiculous rumor that I heard from Cubao na nakaroon ng suntukan si Idol and just a damn rumor narinig ko from this guy. That was way back then.
Okay na yun si Idol and that guy na nakaaway niya. Bali, I was there pero parang it's not something na kailangan pa natin i-bring up dahil
medyo masela to.
At saka naman I think nagkaayos na rin naman sila, so parang
pero nangyari sa 2016, diba? O before all of this shit?
Kailan ba nangyari? Ano yun? After na nun, I think wala na si Machine sa PWR na.
Oh yeah, si Machine alam ko, he lasted up until probably early 2017 when he had to leave because for various reasons, but that would be one of them forming the Art of War Wrestling, which didn't last that long. Just only one show. We leave behind because we all know the history already. Anyway, let's get it on with your next part of your chapter. Shall we proceed? Punta tayo sa year 2017. After all this bruhaha, there's bagong yugto on which you had your first win against someone as big as Redrick Mahaba. So tell me, what it's like to face Redrick Mahaba during that time?
Bale, prior to that, alam ko, two times ko na nakalaban si Redrick Mahaba nun. First is yung tag team,
Oh,
yung
yes.
video ko.
Mm-hmm.
Then second is yung Path of Gold qualifying match.
Yeah.
Natatandaan ko pa yun kasi nandun ako sa Tron video niya na naka-Jacqueline. So,
I still never heard that one.
bagong so kami ulit yung magkalaban. Alam ko walang stipulation that time.
Oh, yeah.
Pero, alam ko singles match lang yun. Tapos, maganda kalaban si Red dahil, yun nga, maganda yung mga ideas niya. Parang, kumbaga, kung kunwari, if someone was telling you a story, yung story niya na sinasabi niya is believable on its own. Parang, it stands on its own, parang ganun. Na, parang, kunwari, sinabi niya ganito gagawin. Tapos, if you look at the bigger picture of the match, magandang idea yung sinuggest ni Red. Kaya magandang katrabaho si Red kasi maganda yung mga sinasuggest niyang pwede gawin sa match.
Okay. Yes, that's your first win against Redrick Mahaba. And then, locked out tayo. Alam ko wala ka ata doon sa Path of Gold, tama ba? Yung Path of Gold 2017. The first Path of Gold show ever released. Yan yung permanent...
2017 sa Bayanihan.
2017? Yeah, sa Bayanihan. Be mindful, okay, before we go that, kids, remember, whether you like or not, Path of Gold would permanently replace Terminus because for some shitty reasons, perhaps. And then, the Vendetta itself, nagbago na yung schedule. And then, it will be permanently on the month of November, which is more appropriate, in my opinion. Now, let's get on with the Path of Gold. Alam ko kung nandun si Aido sa Path of Gold match,
If I remember right, doon pala yun nagkaroon kami ng qualifying match ni Red for Path of Gold. Doon ako na-Jacqueline. Then, bali since talo ako sa qualifying match, hindi ako official participant sa Path of Gold. Pero, nung umentrance si Idol, kasama niya ako. So, nagugulo ko rin ako sa match.
I remember that. Slowly had the... Hey kids, yung Path of Gold match na yun nasa YouTube, check ninyo. If you have time, okay?
Doon yung parang may isang magandang picture kami from Path of Gold 2017. Yung ako, si Idol, and si Chino, nakatayo dun sa crowd.
Yeah,
then, nandami namin naka-triangle na gano'n.
Yeah. Doon na kayo nagiging trio. Medyo nakalaktaw tayo ng kunti sa part na yan. Naging party ka na ng The Network yung nag-debut ka sa 2016. And then, apparently, wala kami nakita na balbon. As it is a big bankrupt Bruno Bernardo. Alam ko may hindi magandang insidente dun sa... Okay, Batanes, iwan mo na natin. Alam na natin. Yung sa APCC 2016, that was before Renaissance. Tama ba ako? Ewan ko anong ginawa ng balbon na yan according kina Robbie Mabayashi's story like that. And then, after that incident, bigla hindi na siya nagpakita. And then, ay nako, may sumunod at yapak kay Voldemort. Although this guy, ewan ko lang ba, you never worked with him before, right? Si Big Bang Crap?
Sa bootcamp nakakausap ko siya. Minsan kinakausap niya ako kahit na hindi ko siya kinakausap. Ano na siya? Bali ang pinaka naging issue dun kasi parang may ginawa siya kay Idol tsaka kay Chino. Kasi di ba sila yung network
Oh
dati?
yeah, at that time, siya,
Oo.
yung bago ikaw.
Oo, tapos parang, if I recall right, na in-scam niya in real life si Idol and Chino. So, real
Scam.
life scam.
SCAM. Legit scam.
Ah,
I mean, mayroon
tapos
siya
parang,
ninakaw na pera mula sa yung kinikita ng grupo na yan. In
oh,
terms of
tapos parang,
merchandise and everything.
tapos parang after nun, hindi na siya ulit nagpakita kala Idol. Hindi na rin nagre-response sa text, ganun. Or
Yan yung
sa
issue.
PM.
Mayroon siya ninakaw. Apparently.
Parang yun. Pero ang nakakatawa dun yung parang nag-glow up yung mga tao sa kanya nung ano. May inano siyang yung Harley incident, kumbaga.
Harley cosplay. Diba sa APCC yun?
Oo. Doon nagsimula mag-ano yung mga tao sa kanya. Kasi parang prior to that, parang hinahayaan lang nila. Then, nung Harley incident, nag-ano na, parang nag-boom na lang bigla.
Ano ginawa niya doon? Nagkikipag-picture sa mga Harley cosplays? Ganun ba yun?
Ang sinabi niya is parang may 16 or hindi ko natanda yung exact count, pero may number of Harley cosplayers na nag-PM sa kanya na kinokontak siya dahil nakita siya dun sa APCC.
Gulo ah. Quite confusing, right?
So, parang nakakatawa pa dun kasi alam ko, ano lang siya, parang valley lang siya nung match na yun na sinasabi niya. So, natatawa lang kami kasi valley siya, tapos biglang siya pa yung napansin nung 16 or not sure sa exact number, cosplayers, then hinanap pa siya sa Facebook, then personally siya piniem. So, ayun, parang kinall out na lang namin as bullshit.
Mukhang hindi naman totoo. Pang spreading false
Wala,
rumor.
nahanapan namin ng proof, wala raw.
Gago. Parang gusto kong kumuha ng yung bote ng Tandoy Ice at tawag ko yung mga tauhan ko, kidnapin natin si Balbon at turuan ng eleksyon na hindi pwede ka magkwento ng kahit ano. Tingnan mo yung bote na to, alam mo ba saan pupunta? Hindi ko babasagin sa ulo mo, pero susubukan ko kung meron ka pang natitirang kahit isang parte ng dignidad mo sa iyong katangian ng iyong pagkatao. Nagets mo ba anong gagawin ko sa bote na to?
Naintindihan ko, Mayor.
Alam mo ba saan pupunta? Hindi maganda to.
Mukhang may sasakit na backside sa kanya.
Tingnan natin kung makakatae pa siya.
Nakakatakot yun, Mayor.
As our COVID babies. Alright, and now the monkey business. So let's go with this next part. We already finished with Pad of Goals. So PWR Live Mainit 2017. Sorry about that. Medyo bulo na ako. Hype ka. Bruno Bernardo, Gelote ka talaga. Tarantado.
Yan.
Okay, mainit. Fighters for Hire defeated James IDOL Martinez and AB3. Okay, so what it's like to work with the Fighters for Hire?
Masaya sila ka trabaho actually dahil yung si Migs, si Joey tsaka si Migs, talagang athletic talaga sila. So, yung galaw nila in ring is talagang pulido kumbaga in other words. Tapos, parang hindi sila nakaka-pressure katrabaho kasi mabait sila parehas eh. Kumbaga, usually kasi isipin mo kung halimbawa noong time na yun kasi parang hindi pa ako, bago-bago pa lang ako noon eh.
Mm-hmm.
Pero nung time na yun, nung nag-uusap kami ng match, parang yung, alam mo yung parang apprentice ka tas veteran yung kausap mo.
Mm-hmm.
Hindi ganun yung vibes. Parang veteran pa rin sila, pero yung approach na ng pakikipag-usap is parang casual na hindi ka mape-pressure. Kaya nakakatuwa rin sila ka-work.
Yes. Hey, kids, be mindful magaling si Joey Bax and si Miguel Rosales kahit na hindi sila kasing tangkad ko like that. Pero brutal rin sila maglaban. Lalo na si Miguel Rosales.
Mm.
I kind of miss that guy. It's a shame that
Pero
he had
si
to
Joey
end his
back then,
career.
yung, ano nga, yung jiu-jitsu skill ni Bax, galing yan, galing.
Legit.
Top na. Oh, legit yun.
Mukhang madali ako matalo nito kung sakali kapag kinukung fu ko yan. You know what I mean, kinukung fu.
Mahirapan nga dun, Mayor. Galing yan si Joey.
But he barely wrestles nowadays since he's doing referee jobs right now.
Mm.
But I wish he could win at least one title, I wish he can become PWR Tag Team Champions. I mean, be mindful, kids, they're one of the original tag teams PWR alongside Dual Shock, and the other is Beer Promdi. Sadly, none of them would win titles, with the exception of si Sandata and si Peter Versosa. Peter Versosa H whatsoever for all I care, because both let's say naging tag team champion nga si Sandata but different partner in the form of May
Mm.
Max. And si Versosa naging PSX championship for just 90 plus days only. More on him later on. Let's say tumalon na tayo sa Revolution X 2017. Let me see. Si AB3 defeated Makata in a pre-show match. Now, speaking of Makata, no longer affiliated with PWR, it doesn't matter. Pero I heard from Brad Cruz na he's one tough son of a gun. Is it true?
In what way?
Basta, kahit ano, wala akong pakialam.
Si Makata naman, in terms of wrestling, in terms of wrestling, okay naman siya.
Mhm.
Kumbaga kung, nung time na yun kasi parang, ang moves niya talaga, John Cena.
Gaya-gaya. Chance na rip-off. Gusto mo, itapon natin sa Ilog Pasig? Tawag mo yung mga network, yung endgame cohorts mo. Tingnan natin kung ano pwede natin gawin sa kanya. Kung
May
makakalangoy pa siya.
brand nga na parang, ang raw, kay Makata is parang top 10 moves of John Cena.
Mighty
Pero ano naman siya?
rip-off. Pag naalala ko
Pero-
sa Makata, naalala ko yung rubber shoes ng Mighty Kid, yung bata pa ako.
Pero wrestling-wise, okay naman si Makata. Decent naman siyang wrestler.
For at that time. Okay, now, right after Revolution X, we go 1 month later and rest back. Hey, wait. Kids, be mindful, It was on Revolution X that Network acquired its first taste of gold. The Philippine Excellence Championship. Chino Ginto wins, cemented his legacy there, but unfortunately, the storyline goes that Idol has some kind of jealousy o inggit toward the success of Golden Boy and demand the PHX title handed to him, which we all know that bawal yun. I don't know what's Idol's brains made up lately, if he's really that smart or he's trying to play smart but trying to play dumb to fool us a little bit. Yes, natuloy to sa rest back. Alam ko after title defense natin ni Chino Quito, I forgot who's his opponent anyway. Was it still Ken Warren or what? But what I do know is that the Photon Showroom, kids, mainit doon. Hot cha-cha. Parang nasa impyerno kayo dun sa open ni Taning. Este si Benedicto Santanas. Again,
Napakalala.
It's Benedicto Santanas.
Yun yung totoong PWR live mainit dahil sobrang init.
Pero wala ako dun kasi nasa Hong Kong ako kasama si Mother. We got some very important stuff to do in there like that and so forth. What else I remember at the time? Yes, we still haven't forgot the now legendary match between Fighters for Hire and this Deadly Sins.
Sobrang ganda nun. Sobrang ganda nung Deadly Sins vs. Fighters for Hire. for hire. Isa yun sa best tag team match na nakakita ko sa PWR talaga. Sobrang, alam ko yung ano yun eh, bring your own weapons ata yun, if I
Tama
remember
ka
right.
nga. Yan yung naalala ko. Bring your
So,
own weapons. Kung ako magdadala ng weapon, gusto ko si ay, wala pa si Kenny the Southpaw Kangaroo. Wala pa siya sa buhay ko. Hey, I'm hurt then. Shut up, Kangaroo.
ang intense nun, sobrang hard hitting and sobrang into it yung crowd talaga. Uy, kangaroo.
Ay, relax. Probation. Shut up.
Mm.
Kahit sa guest, pag sinapak mo yung guest, alam mo na, mandaluyong. I don't wanna go to a place where a bunch of loonies in there. I hate it. I hate it.
Malapit kami doon.
I'll be back for you, you bald head. You're mine. Agresibo. Kahit sa unang araw, kahit isang, stock ng potato chips, shit, talagang kinakaliwete ako. Manny Pacquiao? I was never for being a fan of Manny Pacquiao. Sinungaling. May bakit ka nang kakaliwete kung hindi ka fan ni Manny Pacquiao? I want Manny Pacquiao. Upakan mo. Good luck na lang sa'yo. Nakalimutan mo, senador na yan Bullshit. And now, where were we before we've been interrupted by that mere annoyances of a kangaroo?
Legendary fight between Fighters for Hire
Yes. Naalala ko, tumalon si Miguel Rosales sa ring. Zoom up to his opponents. But one thing I remember about Miguel Rosales in a positive way is his match against Mayhem Brannigan at yung sa PWR Live. The first PWR Live way back in 2015. Doon pa rin sa YouTube, kids, kaya try ninyo watch if you dare. I remember about sinoplex ata si Brannigan ata sa labas in a hard cement. That's brutal. Anyway, we go on Renaissance 2017, on which things in the network didn't go well because of the Idol Chino issue, and you were in the middleman whatsoever. And then we're talking about the alliance of KW, that's Ken Warren and the YOLO twins, who would handedly defeated you guys because nakaroon na ng boom si Idol at si Chino. Kung saan nag-walkout ata yung dalawa, ikaw na sa ring, pinagtulungan ka ng tatlo, and then those two had a change of heart. They managed to return, put aside their differences, and rescue you.
Ano ata yun di ba yun yung sa Fisher Mall ata yun?
Tama ka nga, that's Renaissance 2017.
Ang nangyari
yung sa dating
nun,
Playland.
di ba 6-man tag yun? Tapos,
Tama ka nga.
At some point, during the end, nagkaroon ng confusion, nag-walk out si Chino, then naiwan si Idol sa ring, then sumunod kay Chino, parang try ko siya pabalikin. Then natalo si Idol, then after the match...
Yung pala nangyari, naalala ko. Medyo, excuse me for that, kids, bulon na yung memory ko. As of
after the match,
thank you for the truth.
Beneath down ni Ken Warren and ng twin si Idol. Then parang doon kami bumalik ni Chino para tulungan si Idol.
No matter how shit he is.
Yun ata yung not sure, hindi ko maalala kung meron pa ako copy ng picture or I know someone on the internet has it. Yung hawak namin tatlo yung titles. Me and Idol have the tag team titles and si Chino ata hawak niya yung PHX at that time.
Yeah. But before, after that one, before yung bakbakan sa Bayanihan, what I do recall is that during yung training sessions, Chino had an accident. I don't know how it happened. Ewan ko kung paano na yung tuhod niya. Kung na-sober ba sa pressure sa pabaksak or what. Na yung rason kung bakit nangyari to sa bakbakan sa Bayanihan. I still haven't forgot that one to this day, that he had no other option but to relinquish the PHX title, and then gotta have to surgery the injured area, and that would lasted 18 months as we knew. And it's not something to be taken lightly, even for someone like Chino. I believe that guy's tough too, in my opinion.
Ano yun? Sorry.
Sabihin natin, maastig si Chino, aminin ko, he's freaking good. I can say he's really that tough. Tough SOB if you ask me. He took it like a man. I mean, hindi biro yung rehabilitation process to the point na parang feeling na tapos na yung career niya sa wrestling, but this guy has some second thoughts and pinupursigin niya yung sarili niya para gumaling and then go on to the ring in over a year. Remember, we haven't seen him compete in 2018 ever since yung nangyari sa 2017. Also, the YOLO Twins had defeated you and IDOL to retain the PWR Tag Team titles, but it would not last that long because pumunta na tayo sa PWR at APCC 2017. The second time the PWR do APCC in there, but it happens to be probably their last, if I'm not mistaken. And then guess what? You and IDOL did the impossible possible. I mean, did the impossible possible. Tama nga. You defeated the YOLO Twins to become the second tandem to become the PWR Tag Team Champions. And oks na oks ako dyan.
Sobrang, oo. Ang talagang yung YOLO Twins kasi talaga, sila yung, how do you put this, favorite tag team na nakalaban namin ni IDOL. Talagang, kung ako tatanungin, ang favorite matches ko so far as part of the network is all matches involving the YOLO Twins. And then, coming close second is all matches involving Naughty Boys.
Yes, Naughty Boys. More on the later, kids. We're gonna have the delightful taste of my comrades in there. And okay, kids, huwag kayong mabahala. Sapagkat temporary lang to. Babalik rin kami pagkatapos ng mga anong patalastas na meron sa totoo wala. So, see you around, children.